So I apologize, but I'm not for it.
Okay, Ms. Sally Stow. Ms. Stowe will be followed by Mr. Michael Travis.
Good afternoon. My name is Sally Stow and I live in City Council District J. I'm here today to speak about transgender youth rights. I have the privilege that I can use my voice, and I choose to do that in support of those who do not have that privilege, whether that is through fear or because they are not old enough to. I am a teacher, and I chose to become one to educate, serve and protect young people, as I know firsthand what it is like to not have that support in school. Unfortunately, the system is all too often failing a group of young people, those who are transgender. For many schools have not made preparations for how to welcome a transgender youth into their school. Therefore, when the situation arises, it is either mishandled or there is a panic of what to do. All the time, the child is just trying to live their authentic self. And remember, they are innocent. Children form their gender identity as young as 3 years old and can begin to transition before they enter kindergarten. For others, it can be at any other point during their school years. This is not a choice for the child, it is who they are. How their transition is handled will impact their life. However, there is a great deal of fear and lack of understanding within society. For the child, the fear of rejection, not being understood, whilst they unequivocally are trying to live as their authentic self, is huge. These children should be able to be safe to do that in their school. Why does anyone get to stop that? The fear for the child is multifaceted, with two major layers, being home and school. In Houston, the number of homeless LGBTQ youth aged between 13 and 18 is extremely high and growing every single day. The majority of those are transgender. There are very few places that they can turn to for help because even some of the homeless shelters refuse them and turn them away.
Thank you. Your time has expired. Thank you.
Thank you very much. We really appreciate your comments. Thank you. Hold on one moment. Councilmember Gallegos.
Thank you for being here this afternoon. Can you wrap it up in a few?
I will do my best to.
Thank you.
How it's handled really does have an impact. And for some, this does not go well. And for more than 50% of transgender youth, will have at least one suicide attempt before they are 20. So it is really important that as a city, we now start to protect the transgender youth. And I think that has to start with there being mandatory training within schools that teachers have, so that teachers, students and parents are prepared for when that happens. Because otherwise, it will impact that child's life in a major way, and it can be tragic. So I really think that it has to be something that becomes mandatory. Not a choice for a school as to how they choose and when they choose to educate their school community. And so that's what I would like to happen.
Thank you. Councilmember, finished? No, Councilmember Gallegos, so you can. Councilmember Green?
Yes, thank you for coming. Last year I met with African-American GLBT activists, and they talked about the same thing with regard to homeless services not being provided for LGBT youth. We met with the health department and asked them to delineate specific agencies where, if in fact they were receiving federal dollars or city dollars that came in for that, to let us know, and then that we would investigate that. So I would urge you to do the same. If in fact, if you know of places that are turning folks away, especially city vendors, please let us know so that we can investigate that, because that is not supposed to be happening here.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you so much.
Thank you.